We didn't do it. We didn't do a dress rehearsal, so this is it for AiR. Welcome everybody to the world premiere of Drawn to the Past. My name is Jeff Oliver. I was the lead instructor for AiR this year, and I was just so honored to teach and work with these wonderful producers. Yeah.
My name's Kat Meow Garcia. I was the co-lead instructor for 2018 AiR. I'm also the manager of media education here at Open Signal. I'm also beyond honored and very grateful for the ability to be able to work with these really passionate and talented youth.
So since February, we've been exploring filmmaking process, writing, pre-production, filming, animation, all the way through to the final edit that we're going to see tonight.
That's right, Jeff. This year we also received a very large number of applications to the AiR residency. They were thoughtful, inspiring, and we only could choose 16. So I wanted to point that out because the youth who applied this year and who were accepted provided us with elaborate applications detailing their previous experience, their examples of media work they had recently done, as well as some pitches for projects they'd like to work on in the future, and information about what really drives them to create.
And this year we worked with a partner, Instrument, who was so great. We would like to really thank Instrument. All our students went on a trip to visit Instrument, which is a media production company just right around the corner here. And they're so wonderful, they're donating 11 scholarships for our summer session. So we just want to thank Instrument so much.
And if we could actually please have, I know that there's some Instrument folks, I saw you earlier. Come up, please. We've got a little thank you because you really did help change our youth's experience. So.
Thank you so much.
We've got
We've also got a thank you card
from the youth,
signed by everybody,
and also from our Open Signal team as well.
Yes.
Thank you
so much. And so you can't come into a movie theater without seeing a trailer. So we're going to now see a trailer for our summer camps that are going to be coming up real soon.
And those are the camps that Instrument donated 12 scholarships for.
So while you were finding your seats, you may have noticed that there were photos and quotes up on the screen. Those were from the applications that our ECHO youth submitted back in January and December. I think their work and ideas are aspiring today as they were when we first reviewed them.
And there's so much more to be inspired by. The examples of their work just really turned our eyes bright to where youth are at nowadays. They were just all over the spectrum, and all of them were really, really amazing, wonderful. Along with turning in those fantastic applications, this EcoAir crew, they got over, let's see here, 8 hours of training, right, on industry standard equipment. And that training gave them access to all that equipment. So everything from cameras, lights, sound recording equipment, a fully mobile animation kit that they can check out and take with them to continue to create and collaborate together after this residency program ends. So that's really, really exciting. And the collaboration that they did within the program, we're also extremely proud of.
So during the course of AiR, we filmed a little behind the scenes of the different shenanigans that were happening and different things that we did. That's when I had my camera out, and you guys noticed it. So please roll the clip.
Crikey! Welcome to Open Signal.
My name's Cat Meow. I'm going to be your instructor with Jeff Oliver.
Jeff Oliver, not Dundee.
The Magic Box, sci-fi fantasy movie.
An old man has to perform an activity each day in order to stop from dying of radiation poisoning.
In a world after a nuclear war, we find our main character in a toxic world full of toxic people with only dwindling hope to go on.
After losing his family from a mass shooting back in his hometown, a hardworking college student gains a spirit of grief. If he were to summarize his life in 1 week, each day would represent a phase in his life as he deals with this new being in his head.
Did you always know you wanted to go into filmmaking?
I did not. It's a good question.
So what did you want to do?
You know, to be honest, when I was in high school, I just kind of was doing what people said that I should do in terms of what was necessary to graduate. That was kind of like my only focus. I was so intent on filling out what those requirements were in order to sort of get to the next phase of whatever my life would be like, that I never really thought about what was going to happen beyond that. I was sort of fixated. And when I look back, I wish that I was more like you guys, like doing things that you love. So it took me a while to figure it out, and I don't think it was until I got to college, the college that I went to called Hampshire College, had a really, really great narrative nonfiction and documentary film program. I'd always loved movies, I'd always loved stories. Not necessarily documentaries. You know, to be honest, I kind of thought they were boring. I didn't realize I wanted to make films until I started writing, and then I fell in love with screenwriting. The really great thing about screenwriting is if you have a really great imagination, you don't need cameras, right? You don't need a crew. You can just like make a movie in the span of a few weeks, all in your head. You're sitting at a desk or in your bed, just writing out all the things.
Tasia.
My name is Alex Milliken. I learned what instrument was. I didn't know what it was, honestly. I had never heard of this place.
It was like very inspiring to be in like a place that was just like so like fancy. Like that was like the nicest place I've like ever been to. And it's just like so nice to know that that can be like somebody's job in the future.
That you can have a really open workspace and get work done and have a creative outlook on things. Most of the time when you think of jobs, you think of very straightforward and containing and all that jazz.
Just like how like well they took care of us. Like they like fed us and they just like made sure that we were all okay and that we just like hung out, and it just felt like we were just like hanging out and like learning things. Yeah.
This was way more open and flow, and you could the departments were separate, but they still worked together in a very open environment. It was friendly, so that work could be quite friendly.
People told us about like their experiences and like how they made it to that level, and it was great to hear like there was even some people that like weren't good at school and they made it to like that point, because I am just like not good at school, so that was like nice to hear from somebody that like you don't like need like all A's to like be like successful in like somebody else's eyes. Yeah.
And it seems quite nice actually being able to do advertising. That's pretty cool.
My name is Atticus Larson. I'm from Portland. I played Charlie in Drawn to the Past.
Hi, I'm Helen Tuttle. I'm from Portland, Oregon, and I play the part of Evelyn.
I've been interested in the theater arts since I can remember.
I enjoy acting because I think it's a great way to communicate stories that maybe don't work with other mediums.
So as you can see, we did a lot more than make a movie together this year at 2018 AiR Crew. Not only met with artists and media makers in Portland, they also participated in a 50-state dinner party here at Open Signal with the theme Our Town, and that was actually put together with several media artists all across the nation. It started out with this guy named Jason, who also works for the Alliance and is also participating in making issue 2 of a zine that's a mixed media zine. And this is focusing on collaborating intergenerational learning environments. So elders and youth collaborating together to make and create and also share ideas and network, because we can really learn a lot from each other. So AiR Youth also participated in that dinner party, got to meet a lot of folks and folks coming here from all over the country, which was really amazing. And we're really excited that that also led to some professional development, because we really wanted to give more than just, you know, software and equipment training. That kind of is just one end, and there's a lot more to creating media. than just the technical stuff. Are we good?
Might get closer.
Might get closer? No. There we go. So we were trying to give a more well-rounded experience, and this crew really delved into that, and I think really appreciated it. Really treated those environments like professionals, and it's quite wonderful.
Yeah, the classes and workshops at Open Signal provide great opportunities to get access to gear and collaborate to tell stories. And when we started Echo Air, we started with the pitches, a few of which you saw. There were actually 19 pitches that we started with.
Yeah.
And then we voted on which one we wanted to turn into an actual movie. And we tied on 2 different pitches. And so we actually turned 2 different pitches into the movie you're going to see now.
Yeah. Actually, I'd like to ask Ailey, if you're here, if you want to give a little intro. Yeah. All right. Woo!
Ailey wrote one of the pitches. Do you want to talk about your pitch real briefly?
Sure. Okay. Hi, everybody. What's up? So yeah, there was 2 pitches, and the one that I pitched was actually called The Magic Box, and it was going to be a really simple, mostly visual effects film. That was just like this person comes in a room, they open the box, and then there's all this effects and visual effects that come out of this box, and they're just like, whoa, this is crazy. And then after that, wasn't ready for this.
You know, then Kaylin had another pitch.
Yes, her pitch was kind of mostly a theme for the film. We molded them like half and half mostly, and then they turned into like a completely different film. Yeah. But her film was mostly about like the grief after a mass shooting, and it was like how this person was dealing with that. So that's kind of like how we got the theme for our film. And then we added in the magic box idea into that. So that really ties in to that. So yeah, as you see in the movie, I think there's like 4 or 5 times where the character opens the box, and it's like we have the effects, and then we have flashbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ailey.
Thank you. All right.
And now we're gonna roll the film, Drawn to the Past.
Yeah.
Zach, we're home. Did you do your homework like Mom told you?
Yeah. Give me a sec.
Now that that's done, what should we do now? I have 3 hours till I have to go.
Oh, I have an idea. We could go watch A Quiet Place.
Nah, I've seen that at least 4 times.
I'll be back. I gotta go take care of something.
What you drawing?
Nothing.
Come on, I know it's something.
Nothing good.
That's not true. You're a great artist, even if you don't suit yourself.
What? You're a great tennis player.
You don't even like tennis.
True, but you're so good at it that I almost do.
Now I know that's a lie.
You got that calculus exam, right?
Yeah, I have to do well on it if I want to pass this semester. Studied last night, so
Were you cramming or refreshing?
refreshing, I guess.
Then you'll do fine. Listen, I'm gonna head off that way, but I'll catch you later.
Yeah, thanks, Charlie.
So if you could please get into the pairs that I paired you up last week. If you don't remember who your partner is, I have a list right here, okay? Go ahead and find your partners now and focus on North America, please.
Hey, you're Ellis, right? I think Miss Ross partnered us up for the history project.
Yeah, we've been in the same class for months now.
Oh, sorry. It's a pretty large class and we never really get to talk, so... Did you have anything in mind for the project? Because I have so many ideas.
Of course you do. I wanted to work on the atomic bombs in Hiroshima during World War II.
Oh, wow, that's so specific. I was thinking of something a little less sporty.
Like what?
I was thinking about classic America, something decently challenging but sure to have background. The Prohibition Actor in the 1900s. You know, during the age of flappers and mafia. You'll love it.
Sure, whatever.
Hey, did you get enough sleep? You seem kind of grumpy.
Yeah, I'm fine. Why do you care?
Just checking in, making sure my partner gets enough sleep for the presentation.
I'm not planning on being there that day anyway.
What's your emergency?
Thank you guys. So we really want to be the light together, because as that script said, we really cannot change the world and turn it around to a safe place for us to live and create without each other. So please take these with you and look at them, and every time you look at them, remember that we all have power when we come together, just like this inspiring crew had amazing power to create what you just watched together. We really can make a difference, right? At this time, we'd like to invite the Echo crew up to have a seat up front. We have a little something special for you. So everyone who's on the crew, please come on up.
Cam.
Cam. Here, let's have them come up and grab it. Just like the Oscars.
Why don't you come up and grab it?
Just like the Oscars.
So, Matthew.
Matthew.
Luna.
Luna.
Mira.
Mira.
Gabriel.
Yes, Gabriel.
Caden.
Caden.
Fiona.
Fiona.
Katie.
Katie.
Kaylin's not here.
Kaylin Lamb. Let's clap for Kaylin anyway.
Kiave.
Kiave. Yeah.
Valentina.
Valentina. Keisha. Got Aya. Let's clap for Aya. Couldn't make it today. Got Alex. Last but not least, Ailey. Oh, what's this one? Oh, I have one for Jeff Oliver.
Thank you.
Yes. And let's see. We also have a little card for you from that crew.
You. And one for Cat Meow.
Ah, thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
It was really exciting to work with these youth.
Yes.
And we would like to open it up now and let you ask youth what any questions you've got buzzing around in your head. And I just would like to ask that we make sure we speak into the mics. So I'm going to be kind of scurrying around, making sure that we can hear your questions and hear the answers, right?
So should this one go
Ooh, this is
out?
On an XLR, huh?
Does anybody have any questions about a Q&A? For a Q&A? Oh boy.
I've ever had a problem not hearing me. I'm totally good.
We're filming, so.
Oh, I would love a. Okay. Hi.
If you actually could come up for your questions, that might be a little easier.
I'm gonna stand right in
It's
front
not
of
a little cube.
Hi guys. Quick question. The movie was great, so well done on that. That's not a
question, that's a statement, but the subject matter is pretty intense. So did anybody have any issues kind of filming it and then processing the subject matter, just more emotional than you anticipated?
Anybody? Luna?
Yeah, it's a heavy topic. I think part of the reason that we felt it was okay to be doing something this heavy for such a short film was because it's so relevant. Oh wow, that wasn't on. Can everybody hear that? Yeah. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay. Yeah, it's very relevant, and with all of the shootings that have been going on recently and how present it is in everybody's school life. It felt like it was okay to be working with something that intense.
For sure. Did anybody kind of feel though? Thanks. Sorry. So where I work, I've seen an active shooting movie, and it actually affected me a lot more than I thought it would, just watching the movie. So I didn't know if any of you kind of, after dealing with it, kind of felt emotional in a way you weren't anticipating.
Can you stand up, Ailey?
Sure. Why not? Yeah, so, okay, I totally forgot what I was going to say now at this point. Anyway, oh, there we go. So yeah, the subject was pretty intense. But yeah, at first I was like, wow, this is going to be hard to make. And while we're making it, it just didn't feel like we're making a really intense film. Not until I'm watching it right now and I'm like, whoa. Like, when we were making it, I was like, oh, this is so lighthearted. And then I watched it and I was like, wow, that's a lot of impact. So yeah, that got me. But I was really happy about that, the way it came out. So yeah.
It was a pretty light set. Like, we were kind of joking around most of the time. I think it might hit us later now because it's the first time we watched like the full assembly of it all.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but it's Mira.
I mean, it didn't really affect me during the thing. I think it's just we were doing like scene by scene. So like a lot of us just did one scene, and in any of the scenes that I didn't even work with like any of the subject matter really. So it didn't really affect me in any way.
Yeah, it was interesting because we picked this before kind of the march was planned and before the last like large school shooting incident. So it was interesting because the idea kind of came out, we started working on the film, and then everything sort of changed in a large way. So I think it'll be interesting now in response what happens.
Yeah, I actually think that I had that realization of how impactful this was going to be when I was filming at the march because of how many people were there and how large of an audience this was. And then we were also approached, Alex and I, when we were going around with the camera, we were also approached by a lot of people that had a lot to say. And even though I'm sure they don't realize we aren't a news crew or anything, they still really had a huge statement that they wanted to make and make their voices known. So it was really cool to see that no matter how old you were or no matter if you were ever in a shooting or not or still in school or not, it was a really big impact with everyone. So I thought it was cool we were covering something that was meaningful.
Anyone else? Any other questions from the audience? We got one over on the far side.
During the process of you guys making this film, was there ever a time when you thought to just scrap the whole idea and start something new?
I would say no, not at all. Yeah, I think definitely not. The whole time we were making the film, it was like, yep, we're making this. Yeah, it felt really real.
The actual process of making the movie didn't start in till maybe 2 or 3 weeks before the program ended, and so the entire time we were working up to it, we went to Instrument, we did the interview, we were doing all of these different smaller things, and then there was the writing crew. But then by the time we started filming, it was like if we wanted to change it, we would have had to change it way earlier on in the process. So it was kind of scramble and get it done.
Any other questions? There.
I wondered about the script writing process, because you did combine the two ideas, and did everybody work on the script, or was there a smaller crew that was writing? I think I heard somebody mention. So I'm just really curious about how that worked out.
So yeah, there was a smaller group that did work on the writing, but we all split up and wrote different scenes for the movie. And some of us did help direct, act, or do or edit in the movie. So you might have seen some of us in the movie as well. I know I helped with the writing. Cam did too, right? Yeah. Fiona didn't know. Ailey. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of, people decided if they wanted to work as a writer, if they wanted to work as a director. Some people had to be a little coerced to be on actual screen. But it was...
Including me, right?
Yes. No, I don't think
You really had to pull my leg to get on there.
Yeah, basically a lot of it was we tried planning on who would be on writing and stuff I think the first or second week, but then just kind of as it went, people had ideas on, oh, I know what to do for the very first scene, and they just kind of took it on head on, and then other people were just I think I know what I'm doing, and then they just kind of found a scene they were really interested in, and it kind of branched out in that way. So kind of got to use everyone's interests and skill in their own little way to help with the whole process.
Yeah, it was actually really cool because I think everyone for the most part only wrote one scene or worked with someone to write only one scene. So it was really great experience writing the subject matter, because it's not something you usually write in other in a classroom setting even, or other sides. But I think it all flowed really well, and I'm honestly really impressed with my team. So yeah.
Any questions? Yeah.
And this is for all of you. What was your favorite part of the filmmaking process?
Well, Alex had something first.
You can go first if you want.
No, I really don't.
I'll go. Okay.
You're allowed to pass.
So one of my favorite parts was the cafeteria scene where my friend was the one who actually looked near the camera and dropped the food that he was about to eat. that was pretty funny. And then right afterwards, I looked kind of at the camera. So that was really fun, and we laughed quite a bit during that scene, but it was worth it.
I think when it comes to actually making it, I don't have a favorite part, but the offset, I think there was a moment the first couple weeks where there was a group of us just talking and getting to know each other. Pretty sure we were supposed to be working on some screenwriting, but it was really great, and it was the first time I'd ever worked with people that shared my passion, so that was a really cool moment that I think I'll remember for a while.
And that's actually called networking, and it's totally acceptable in the movie making process.
My favorite part was probably, again, I mean, it wasn't making the film because it was part of the process. I just really enjoyed how everyone got together so well and respected everyone's ideas and was so open to and flexible to just everyone's point of view in making the movie.
Yeah, I was just really surprised about how like everyone worked so well together. My favorite part was just like working with other people like on a team that just like worked well together and just like connected and like bonded together.
Okay, so after all that, I really enjoyed just being able to go somewhere where like I could find people that had like the same passion and interest as me, because I can't always find that at school or my other environments or like in my community. So it was just really nice to bond with everyone.
I think one of my favorite parts was when we were just like early in like the script writing process, and we were all collaborating like just like basics of the story, and that was really fun because we were all working together and we were able to like use everyone's ideas, and just like it was really great because everyone was so collaborative.
I guess I'll use this mic. So I kind of had like two favorite parts out of all of it. One of them was like trying to figure out how to do a dolly shot using everything but an actual dolly. So that was kind of fun to figure out because I got to mess around with things like skateboards and makeshift dollies. I don't know. But then like actually my like overall favorite thing of this was actually the first day when we all kind of showed up. We're really quiet and Cat Meow walks in and just as an icebreaker goes, "Hey, you know what's really fun is jumping on these bean bags." So she jumps on it, but the pouch came undone and bean bag stuff went literally everywhere. We should have had it on camera, but we failed that.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you for letting everyone know that.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
We're trying to keep it a secret around the office that it just went everywhere, and it took us 45 minutes to clean up.
I think my favorite part was like actually starting to film it. It was kind of slow at first, and I always think that like the actual production part of filmmaking is the best because you get to actually, I mean, your thing starts to come to life even more, and just knowing that it's actually beginning to happen is really an exciting thing.
It's okay. These are sturdy awards.
It's true though. They're like heavy.
Yeah. Honestly, I think one of my favorite memories is the march, because going out there with the microphone was really interesting. Hear what people had to say and carrying it around and trying not to lose your camera person. Never lose your camera person in the crowd. There are so many people, and it's really interesting. Yeah. Also, another one of my favorites was when I was animating the gun shot, the gun picture in there. The person I was partnered with that was clicking, so it was line click click line click click, and we were just talking like that for hours as we were doing this. So yeah.
One of my favorite parts was like getting to know all the new people and working with them, and also like getting to film the movie. It was really fun.
I played Ellis the shooter, and I was really hesitant to be on camera. You don't really see my face throughout the whole thing. That's part of the reason I agreed. But I think it was really cool because I've always been hesitant to being on stage and being in the spotlight. But with such an amazing crew and such goofy people, it was really easy to get behind the camera and feel comfortable and kind of get that experience that I wouldn't have gotten in another way.
I think we missed one person.
Okay, really?
Yeah, I didn't go before, but because someone took it out of my hands. But no. Okay, we all saw what happened. Okay, but probably my favorite part of it was like just going to the different locations and shooting, and just going to different places all around Portland. It was fun.
I think another one of my favorite parts was being able to direct. Directing scene 4, the janitor scene, was really fun. I really liked being able to work with everybody. It was really smooth and it was really fun at the same time. And I also was able to direct all the scenes, the transition kind of scenes with the box. So that was really fun too, to be able to lead the team. So yeah, that was my another favorite.
Thank you guys so much.
So we forgot one other special thing. I don't know if folks noticed in the reception area that we had a full-size foam core poster printed out that actually, I believe, Ailey created. It's gorgeous, brilliant, and we had movie posters printed out for each one of the crew members. We thought you might want something to remember your first movie at Open Signal.
You might even be so lucky to get an autograph in the lobby, perhaps.
If you open up the midsection of your programs, there is a spot for all you lucky folks who are here tonight to get autographs from these soon-to-be famous individuals.
Get them now. Well, you can. That's it?
Oh, yes. So another gift that we have, because we just can't stop giving here at Open Signal. We figured that, I don't know, can I see a raise of hands who might want a copy of this, of the crew? I don't know. Does anyone want a copy of the movie at all? I don't know. So we went ahead and a lot of Open Signal staff helped also, so thank you very much. But we went ahead and put the movie and a few other interesting tidbits on here for you. We've got one for everybody. They're little jump drives, and they have the little Pulsar logo. So thank you so much. You are amazing, and I definitely want to shout out to the Open Signal crew here for helping us with this amazing screening. We couldn't have done it without you folks. You're wonderful and beautiful, and we love you. Yeah, Echo Air 2018. Once you all have your little jump drives with your movie on it, if you could stand up so we can get a proper applaud going.
And a proper photo would be awesome.
And a proper photo would be lovely. Oh, we got one more comment from the audience.
Thanks. As a parent, I just really want to thank what you do here, all of you, for inspiring our child and obviously a whole lot of other young adults. So thank you for doing the work that you do and being so open and supportive. It's been really great listening to Cam come home every single time and tell us how much fun she's had and how much she's enjoyed it. And so thank you. Thank you.
It's my absolute pleasure, and I want to also return that gratitude to all the parents here and all the family members and guardians here and community members that support this crew, because they're really an inspiration, and my cup fills up when I work with youth like this. And the more we support our community members, our producers, right? You're producers now, the better our communities will be, and the more voices we'll hear, and the more stories and creativity will come to this world, and that light will shine with all of our help, right? So I appreciate everyone here too. Your support means so much to me, Jeff, and this crew, I'm sure. Yeah. So thank you, actually.
Everybody want to stand up? Echo crew. Oh yeah.
Definitely hold the Oscar.
Let's scrunch up in the middle. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming.